ESPN Wednesday Night Baseball is brought to you by Advil. Advil simply lets people do what they love to do. And by Duracell. When it better work, better make it Duracell. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Gary Thorne, Ray Knight, and our crew here in Atlanta as the Yankees have the 5-3 lead in this game. Had to be turned over to the bullpen for the Atlanta Braves, while David Cone has gone the distance for the Yankees. He hasn't walked anybody, and he has struck out 4. And you can see that pitch count when you get to the middle of the game, and you can have an inning where you throw 6 pitches and retire the side in order. You're loving it. Bobby Cox, on the other hand, is going to have his bullpen tested here in this game. Ryan Klesko up. This Atlanta team, first in average, first in homers, first in slugging, and third in on base in the National League. Is not a club you ever take a sigh with until there are 3 outs in the 9th inning.
No, you don't. And let's watch the way Cone works Klesko here. He starts him off with a split, 83 miles an hour, but he's going right back to the fastball right after that.
Fouls that one off.
That was another, I think that was a slider, 81 miles an hour. I couldn't see any action on it, so it was just kind of a hanging slider. If you recall, Klesko struck out in the first inning on a called 3rd strike, fastball down the middle. Let's see if we can see some rotation. There it is. See that dot in there? That's a slider. Throws a slider up above its hands, which left-handers have a tough time getting to. If that ball's down, Klesko will hammer it. Now he's going away with the fastball.
0-2 delivery in the outside setup. Klesko would not chase. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Ryan Klesko.
Actually, that was his patented backdoor breaking ball. Sets up out there and tries to get that breaking ball to just catch the outside part of the plate. Klesko again is off the plate almost as far as O'Neill is. Look how far he's off the plate.
1-2 delivery, and he got him with 1 down and away. 5 strikeouts for David Cone. 1 away here in the 6th inning.
That's that split finger right there, Gary, and you mentioned earlier you were struggling with it. Just watch the rotation. There he's got it back. Just sits back. The ball just bottom falls out of it. The ball appears to be right there, and then you're going to see the tumbling rotation of this ball, almost like a screwball. Got more pressure on the inside of his finger, of his first finger. Turn the ball over a little bit, goes away from the left-hander, and that's the thing that makes him such a surgeon out there. He can make that split go in, out, and straight down.
Lopez up. If he regains confidence in that splitter, look out rest of baseball. I mean, that has been, as we've mentioned, his great pitch before, but this year lost control of it, lost confidence in it. Now it's coming back, and it looks like tonight he's reversing the emphasis from the slider back to the splitter. That one just missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Javi Lopez reached on an error, scored in the 4th, and grounded out in his first time up.
I think ideally you want to throw about 45% fastballs, then you want to throw another 25 sliders and that 25 split, and then vary your sink on your fastball. Stay with your fastball, use that to set up the off-speed pitches, and tonight he's pretty much going with that fastball, then the split, then the slider.
35-year-old right-hander, 2-1 count on Javi Lopez.
That is flat out nasty there, buddy. And you're talking about the bottom dropping out of it. That's like Bruce Sutter used to throw that split finger. Mike Scott, ball starts about thigh high. It looks like it's sitting there, and it just explodes down.
Andres Galarraga not playing tonight, bad back. He had been in the original lineup, taken out when he tried to come out for the pregame batting practice. Back on the bench. 2-2 count, 1 away. And Lopez pops that one up. First base. Tino Martinez makes the catch, and there are 2 down. So another chance for Cone to have a fairly quick inning here. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. 2 away, 6th inning. Michael Tucker singled his last time up, 1 for 2 in this ball game. Well, the big bats of this Atlanta Braves team being stymied so far tonight by David Cone. Cone is 9-3 lifetime against the Atlanta Braves. All of those games having been pitched while he was with the New York Mets. Obviously, in years where there are a lot of different players. Last 8 batters in a row have been retired. Tucker, the man up there now. Last guy to pick a hit up off him. Only 4 hits off David Cone in the game. delivery. Off speed. Lays off the pitch. 1-1 count. Springer is up in the bullpen throwing now for the Atlanta Braves. As we said, he is the newest member of this Atlanta Braves team, coming over from Arizona in exchange for Alan Embry. May get his first appearance as a Brave here in this game. 1-2 strike count.
David Cone is really in rhythm now. Throwing that slider in, fastball up, split finger down and away.
Looking for victory number 10. He's 9-2. Started the season 9-1. Second time he's done that in his career. Start a year that way. The other time was with the Mets. That ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that's the one pitch he's having trouble with, is a slider starting on the outside part of the plate to a left-handed hitter. He's thrown it 4 times and has yet to throw it for a strike.
Fastball that time, fouled back. Count remains 2-2. To give him that different angle, you see how far over he is on the rubber towards that third base side. Well, Stottlemyre and he agreed. They'd move him way over to give him a little different angle. Try and help him in getting those pitchers, that slider in particular, in there. And that one swung on and missed. Girardi will chase it down. That splitter ate him up. Another 1-2-3 inning. David Cone right now is shutting down the offense and protecting that Yankee lead.
Metal bars designed to save your butt. Metal bars designed to save your skin. Introducing the revolutionary Schick Protector, designed with super sharp blades wrapped in ultra thin safety wires and a full pivoting head for incredible closeness. There's no safer shave in the world. Hey, safe feels better. Schick Protector, the feel of smart design.
It's a hot one, sports fans, as the alligators host the octopi.
Get him up here. No, Zima.
Something big is happening at Ford. It's the Ford Big Time Sales Event. Get the biggest savings of the year on Ford cars and trucks. Like up to $2,500 in total savings on Windstar for all Ford, GM, and Chrysler owners. Plus, Ford and GM owners can save big time on almost every Ford car and truck in stock. The world's biggest selling division wants your business big time. So save big at the Ford Big Time Sales Event, going on now at your Ford dealer.
Vogue Eyewear by Luxottica. What do you want people to see?
I want you to see where it all started.
Growing up doesn't equal growing old.
I want you to see next year's trend.
Let them see you in Vogue Eyewear by Luxottica.
New York Yankees with their great start, the best road record in the league, 24-13 against the Braves team here at home, 30-12 on the year. But it's the Yankees who are leading here by a score of 5-3. See some of the folks on hand on this warm summer night at Turner Field in Atlanta. Big sellout crowd on hand. They reserve some tickets for game day that go on sale very late in the day. Mike Cather, 27-year-old right-hander, will be working to O'Neill, Strawberry, and Tino Martinez. It's that hot. Think cool thoughts, as Satchel used to say. Raines is thinking cool thoughts right now. O'Neill waiting to go. Paul O'Neill, a home run, his 9th of the season in the 3rd. He is also singled, 2 for 3 in the ball game, 8 hits in his last 15 at bats, and batting .333 on the season now for Paul O'Neill. Tied for 7th in average coming into this game, and he's up to a couple of points here tonight in Atlanta. Cather's delivery to him is outside, ball 1. Yankees playing .500 ball over their last 10. The Atlanta Braves 6-4 in their last 10. Both teams cooled off a little bit and had to from the pace they were setting. Jammed him left center field. And will be hauled in by Andrew Jones. Paul O'Neill, Curtis rather. Paul O'Neill is out of there. And there's one away here in the 7th inning.
Paul O'Neill, known for his emotions, right here, a little sinker away, and watch him hit himself in the head with the bat.
Don't know which hurt more, making the out or hitting yourself in the head.
Making the out.
Making the out, I thought so. 1 out, 7th inning. Darryl Strawberry up, single and a walk, and he is grounded out. 10-game hit streak for Strawberry, 279 average. Gather gets the pitch inside and a 2-0 count. Kevin Millwood, the Atlanta starter, out of there after only 3 1/3. All the runs on 7 hits charged against him, and they were all earned. That one trying to find ground. Klesko, Kyler covers and couldn't handle the flip. Ryan Klesko made the stop, but they can't get the out. Strawberry's on. Galarraga won't say anything about what would have happened if he'd been playing first. Pretty good stop made by Klesko. It all came in the transfer.
Yeah, pretty good play, but play should be made. He decides he's going to run it over there instead of throw it. And there's Strawberry busting his tail as he always does.
And the arrow will go on Klesko, on the pitcher. Okay.
Well, hit him right in the glove.
Yeah, they're charged with it. Ricky Leday will be the pinch runner. Leday on, and the pitch is taken outside by Tino Martinez, who's 0 for 3. Oh, what a struggle Martinez is in. Just 3 hits in his last 38 at bats now. Runner at first base, 1 out. Leday on at first. Martinez fouls that one back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Gary, he normally has a vicious cut. You can see him almost as if he's feeling for the ball. What I mean by feeling for the ball is as the ball's coming, you're just kind of trying to make contact instead of just letting that bat rip. And his timing's a little bit off. That's what happens when you miss some time, but he looks like he's still sore to me.
They not going anywhere on that one on the throw over.
You're looking at a man right there that hit 44 home runs last year and has averaged 37 home runs the last 3 years.
And the 1-1 is inside to him. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
141 RBI last year. Boy, he had a heck of a year. 31 doubles, 44 home runs, 141 RBIs. Really struggling now. I've not really seen him struggle over a long period of time.
2-1 floats outside. 3 ball, 1 strike count of Martinez. They may just have to take him out of the lineup for a day or so, give him that 2-day break maybe on a game and then a day off day. Joe Torre very confident in him and his ability to play, and it's one of those situations where if you don't have anybody on the bench who's going to do a better job in the position, you leave him out there. And Tino Martinez kind of in that situation at first base. 3-1 delivery to him off the fist. He's got a base hit into right field. Leday makes the turn. Tucker will get it in to the cutoff man, and the Yankees with 1 away have runners on at first and third. So Tino Martinez 1 for 4 now with a base hit.
He throws the bat barrel pretty good there. Hits the ball fairly decent. A little short on the barrel, but a little bit more explosiveness out of his hands. Tucker comes up really hard, makes a good throw, but Leday pinch running there for Strawberry, makes it in there easily.
9 hits in the ballgame now for the Yankees, and David Cohn's loving all of it. Starter for the Yankees. He has had more run support than any other starter. 7.69 runs per start for David Cohn this year. Highest run support of anyone in the majors. That one's going to be a base hit. Add another one. Chad Curtis. Leday scores. Runners will be at first and second, and the Yankees have a 6-3 lead.
Well, when you play halfway or up in this infield, it's almost like being in a shooting gallery. The ball gets to you so quickly, especially if it hits on the grass and scoots. That ball there hit hard, but should have been played. Look at right here. He hardly has time to make a first step. I mean, the ball's by him before he even finishes his first step. That's a very quick infield.
Scott Brocious Runners at first and second, 1 out. 10 hits for the Yankees. Inside, ball 1. So Cohn's going to get his run support numbers again. Still only 1 away. Ledee scoring, of course, was in there pinch running for Strawberry, who reached on an error. So another unearned run, the second given up by the Braves in this game. Gathers delivery, misses down low, 2-0. Al Stottlemyre, pitching coach and a great Yankee pitcher in his own right with David Cohn.
Just tell him to make sure he keeps his left side tucked.
Brocious 1 for 3 with a single. Brocious has had a great RBI year, 364 with runners in scoring position for this veteran. This is a .248 career hitter. 31 years old, 309 on the season, even better when he's got a chance to pick up the RBIs.
Gary, looking out at Ozzie, he's moved back about 3 steps from where he was last. He runs on first and third. He's in double play situation. Now he's playing almost in regular situation. That's where I would play if I were a shortstop or a second baseman on this field. With it so quick, just go ahead and play back. The ball's going to get to you anyway. Read the hop. Then as you move into the ball, give a good crisp throw. But there's no reason to play halfway or double play depth in the field this fast.
Runners going, foul back by Brocious. So Joe Torre sent both of them that time. Martinez back to second base. Chad Curtis back to first.
Joe's got a lot of confidence, showing a lot of confidence. 3-1 count that Brocious is going to make contact with the ball anywhere near the plate. We've already seen him bunt. We've already seen him start a runner with David Cohn up there.
Runners go again. This one drill left field line towards that fair pole. It is a fair ball. Martinez has scored. Chad Curtis will stay at third and down to second. Scott Brocious an RBI. And the Yankees have a 7-3 lead. Scott Brocious has already exceeded his RBI total from last year. And Joe Torre's club rocking and rolling, 7 runs on 11 hits.
The ball was hit pretty hard, but with the runners going, the runner from first base should score here. There you see the runner holding up there, but the runner at first should go all the way to second. Here you see Willie Randolph not quite far enough down, stops him too quick. He should be farther down the line. He stopped him a little too quick.
This bullpen of the Braves continues to struggle, and they'll make another change when we come back.
This is life. This is getting every mile you can out of life. And this is how you get there. Kelly Safari radios are engineered for long mileage. Of course, that's no guarantee you'll live harder or go farther. Just an invitation.
With Snapple's new Win Nothing Instantly game, the desire to win nothing is starting to catch on.
That's it, number 7. Stay back there, number 7. Way to lose, Vinny!
With over 1 million prizes of nothing like no rent and no phone bill hiding under Snapple caps, you'll never look at winning nothing the same way again.
The best stuff is in here.
So, at £7 million.
McCather out of there, charged with 2 runs this inning and responsible for a couple of base runners who are on. And we'll see the newest member now of the Atlanta team and their bullpen, Russ Springer. A 29-year-old right-hander coming over from Arizona. His first appearance. Those are all Diamondback numbers. First appearance as an Atlanta Brave. He started out strong. Last month he has struggled. He's allowed 8 earned runs in 8 2/3 innings in the last 7 games he pitched with Arizona.
He's a real good arm. 93, 94 mile-an-hour fastball, good slider. Kind of guy that can go out there 4 or 5 days a week and pitch for you. I think he's a real solid pickup.
Infield has moved in. And Girardi, who's had the perfect at-bat night, 3 for 3 RBI, 2 singles and a double and a run scored. Has a couple more RBI opportunities out there with 1 away. 7-3 lead for the Yankees. 2 runs in here in the 7th inning. This is the 4th pitcher for the Atlanta Braves to be used here tonight. Girardi, the 0-2 delivery, just missed outside. He was leaning.
And Gary, again, talking about the quickness of this infield, it's just as quick as AstroTurf. Everybody's playing in, and what I mean in, they're on the grass. There's no way. Your lateral movement here is almost non-existent. I think you should play 3 or 4 steps back and move toward the ball. Because any ball that's hit anywhere firm is just going to get right through the infield. And I've always felt that when you play in, you play too close. AstroTurf, anybody that plays that close to the plate is just creating a very difficult situation fielding. You back up 4 or 5 steps, think about going home, have the weight on your ball at your feet, balls hit to you, you can make the play at home easily.
1-2 count on Girardi, outside to it. Coming into this game, this Atlanta bullpen had 17 saves and 25 opportunities. They were 8-9 for a record. The bullpen ERA was 4.39 compared with the starters 3.07. A run and a half higher. Neil Mazzoni's starters go very deep for that pitching coach, but not tonight. A chopper, runner coming. Ozzie Guillen's got to go to first base. They'll get the out, but Girardi will be credited with the RBI as Chad Curtis scores. 3 runs in the inning. Yankees up 8-3. Reese Davis.
Gary Rod Beck was on to close out a victory for the Cubs against Detroit. 2 outs in the 9th, but Bobby Higginson says, let's open this baby back up. Just about a roof shot for Higginson. A 2-run shot ties at his 15th of the year. We're in the top of the 10th now, tied at 6.
Great old ballpark. That roof that a few Mantle, the likes of
Reggie
Williams,
Reggie in the All-Star game.
Yep. Tiger Stadium. Not going to be around much longer. 8-3 lead for the Yankees. David Cone hitting for himself here. Runner on at third base. 2 down now. So credit Girardi with the RBI. He's got 2 in the game. Brocious is on at third base. Cone's got an RBI. He reached on a fielder's choice. Cone's RBI is the first by a Yankee pitcher in the designated hitter era since September 28, 1972. Lindy McDaniel. A solo home run by Lindy McDaniel. 1-2 delivery to Cone, and that one a little high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I remember Lindy McDaniel. I don't remember the home run.
Nor do I.
But I bet Lindy McDaniel remember that home.
Ball was juiced in 72. Peter Pasquarelli said.
Pitchers get home runs, it's always juiced according to the other pitcher. Here's the 2-2. David Cone towards short. He's hit the ball. Ozzie Guillen up with it. Makes the throw. They get the out. But the Yankees add 3 more runs, 2 of them earned, and they're now up 8-3 at stretch time.
Cedar, pine.
Every new employee at Flood goes to my little wood school.
Hey, it's fun!
It's mandatory.
Wood is porous, like a bunch of straws. That's why we have to protect the inside, too.
At Flood, we've created a whole line of great wood care products by creating a whole company of wood care experts.
Oak, pine, cedar, redwood.
Okay, to protect and beautify wood. Anybody?
CWFUV.
I knew that one.
Flood, how wood should be treated.
Lawrence Johnson's got foot action. He wears the Universal from Adidas. So how come you haven't heard of him yet? Because he's not a sprinter. He's a pole vaulter. Sprinters may get the glory, but deep down, they're just pole vaulters who are scared of heights. For every action, there's foot action.
How to speak Australian.
Bye.
Locksmith. Beer. Foster's, Australian for beer.
Between two white lions on a field of green, where men play a boys' game. 750 of them are good enough to be called major leaguers. And once a year, 60 of them are good enough to be called all-stars. July 7th, 1998, Coors Field, Denver, Colorado. Elevation 5,280 feet. It's baseball on a higher level. The All-Star Game. Don't miss a minute.
Let's take a look at our Kelly Springfield key plays of the game. Ozzie Guillen at first inning off David Cone, his first home run of the year. Paul O'Neill got his 9th. That came in the 3rd inning. Then a crazy play in the 4th on Cone's ground ball. Pesco came home, didn't get him. Lopez threw that one into right field. Another run scored. The Yankees got the lead. David Cone has come on strong. No walks and 6 strikeouts. Our Kelly Springfield key plays of the game. Cone back out there with an 8-3 lead, looking for win number 10. Ricky Leday will stay in the ball game in left field. Darryl Strawberry out of there as Leday came on as a pinch runner for Strawberry. Now for defensive purposes, he's the left fielder. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Gerald Williams will lead it off. David Cone in there with a strike to Williams. He's had 1 at bat and popped out. Cather went 2 1/3 innings in this game out of the bullpen. He gave up the 3 runs, only 1 earned on 4 hits. Slider misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Bobby Cox really only down to 2 players with Graffinino and Perez over there. Galarraga with the sore back. Williams coming in when Pride injured his knee.
Shortened bench, a good deal for the Atlanta Braves for this game. You joined us late. Walt Weiss not available tonight. Did come to the ballpark. His son, the E. coli infection in the hospital. Serious condition. There goes the bat. Look out. I think everybody got out of the way.
Who's going to let go? Who's going to let go?
The only injuries are going to be in the attempt to get the bat.
Yeah, they're not going to let go.
Just keep putting your hands up, and the last one up, touching the top with your thumb, gets the bat. Same way he used to choose up.
He talking to give it to the young man there.
Good idea. I think Gerald Williams wants that bat back, so they took another one over in exchange.
Look at his eyes. He's saying, wow.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one drilled into center field for a base hit. So Williams is on with a base hit. Atlanta trying to mount something here in the 7th inning. Reese Davis.
We showed you Jeff Bagwell's 3-run homer early in the game. It's 4-0, so why not show you a 2-run shot off the bat of Bagwell? That is career homer number 201, and I think that's just 554 behind Aaron if we're keeping up. 6-0 Astros.
14 on the season for Bagwell. The Astros running out in that one, doing to Colorado what they do to so many other teams with a long ball. Here's Andrew Jones. Jones, couple of RBIs, a double and a sac fly. David Cone way inside to him and high, and that'll bring Girardi out to talk with him. Ball 1. That'll also bring Mel Stottlemyre out.
Well, David just comes there. Girardi setting outside. That ball just gets away from you. You see it there. Tried to be a slider, and he cut across the ball. Didn't get on top of it. Dropped his arm. You see the rotation on the slider. Slider ball spin.
And this is what Mel Stottlemyre was talking about before the game. See how far David Cone's arm came down? He was way under the pitch. He's got to stay on top to be effective. And Stottlemyre watches for that. And as soon as he comes down, he figures, you know, he's probably tiring. Now, he's got a bad shoulder. It's a shoulder that bothered him last year. Now Stottlemyre said he doesn't think it's 100% yet. He knows cone tires more than he would otherwise.
He had him in New York, right?
Yeah, he had him with the Mets. So when he starts dipping that arm down, that's a signal he's tired. 85 pitches thrown so far. Andrew Jones takes it up high. 2 balls and no strikes.
I'll see there. That's the first time that I've seen him drop down with a fastball. So he, as hot as it is out there, even though he only has 90 pitches, it's equivalent to about 125.
2 ball 1 strike count. Atlanta needs base runners, so Jones would take the walk if he could come up with it here. Yankees will get the bullpen active. Mike Stanton's warming up. That one will be foul back, and Cone comes back for a 2-2 count on Andrew Jones.
He's coming right at you there a little bit. Yeah, there is good right on top of the baseball there. You don't see any sideways movement. Almost a pure 4-seamer. Grip there for the splitter, but he's readjusting in his glove.
2-2, slow chopper, third base. Brocious, 1 relay. Bush in the dirt. Taken out on the slide at second by Gerald Williams. They couldn't get the good relay over. Fielder's choice hit into by Andrew Jones. 1 away, 1 on for the Braves.
Homer Bush has to just keep on coming to this ball here. Just come on across the bag. You can't stay right there. The ball's coming from the third base. It's almost like a lead. You come right on across the bag. See right here, he just stays right there on top of the bag, and he gets taken out, jumps with nothing on the ball. You put your left foot on the bag, come straight on across to the third baseman, then you can put some power on the throw.
Springer's going to come out of the game. The pitcher being pinch hit for here, Tony Graffanino. Graffanino as a pinch hitter, 1 for 8. Graffanino had been playing more regularly out there at second base, but batting only .210 on the season. So Lockhart is out there making starts now for Atlanta. Swung over the top of that one underneath it, and it's an 0-2 count.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, knowing the Braves and the way that they make changes, that they wouldn't go out and acquire a second baseman. Certainly if Lockhart struggles with his shoulder anymore. John Sherholtz, in my mind, is the best general manager in all of baseball.
Runner goes. Throw down. Girardi will not be there in time. A stolen base picked up by Andrew Jones. Trying to stay out of that double play. That'll be his 6th stolen base of the year. He's not been caught.
Well, I think Andrew right there is probably on his own, running with 5 runs down. Not a real smart play, but when you have the kind of speed and you know you're going to be safe, unless the manager puts the hold on, you get a jump, take off.
So Graffanino now with 1 away and a 1-2 count. Takes it outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 8-3 lead for the Yankees, bottom half of the 7th inning. First of 2 these teams are going to play here in Atlanta after they split the series at Yankee Stadium. Graffanino's got the RBI chance here. Only has 8 runs driven in so far.
David's got him set up to go away with a slider or split. Tony looks like he's looking for the ball inside. And
fouled off. That caught everybody. Off Bruce Fremming, the home plate umpire, after it ricocheted off Girardi.
This is a splitter that doesn't split, and that's why you don't want to be a catcher. See, there's the no rotation. The ball hardly moves, a little bit inside, tucks his mask off, and hammers the umpire right in the most protected place. Look at that. Look at that. Hardly any rotation on the ball. Looks like almost knuckleball rotation when they throw that split or fork ball.
2-2 to Graffanino, and he fouls it back over the screen.
See him drop down there. See how far he dropped down there. It's almost right about his belt level there.
Yeah, there's no question that right shoulder, his pitching shoulder's bothering him. He doesn't deny that. It's just a question of how much.
Is it just tendonitis, Gary?
That's what they think it is. I mean, they didn't find any other problem, not a cuff problem or anything like that. 2-2 delivery and a towering rain-making pop-up. First base catcher, both looking at each other. That should be a first baseman's ball, really, but Girardi had to come over and make the play. Graffanino retired. 2 down.
David Kahn Superb ball game, just 3 runs, but watch his motion here. Nice turn, straight up, tuck. Let's see where his arm angle is. That's pretty good. That's pretty much on top. Got that ball up, fastball up in the strike zone. Raffanino couldn't catch up to it. That may have been the highest he's been in the last 5 or 6 pitches.
He wants to stay in the game. Al Stottlemyre with a pitch counter there in his hand. 2 down, Ozzie Guillen coming up. Guillen had the home run leading off the ball game, and since has grounded out and popped out 1 for 3. 97th pitch to be thrown coming up here by David Cone, so he's getting to that point where he's already done his job here, and where you get Rivera in the ball game if you need him for a save, or in this case, in this game, somebody else, because you got an 8-3 lead. Runner on at second base, 2 down for the Braves, and Guillen reaching, fouls that one back.
Yeah, Gary, he's getting to that point. As I mentioned, his prior 2 starts, he was 122, 123 pitches. His last start, 109. His shortest start all year was 5 2/3 innings, where he threw 82 pitches. So right now he's at, what, 97 pitches? Yeah, he's loose. His arm's not loose, but he's loose.
He's loose. He's figuring right now he's not going to have to work this game. 0-1 count. Ozzie Guillen reaching again, chops that one foul. A 2-strike count on Guillen. 2 best teams in baseball going at one another.
They're playing tag out there. They're concentrating on every pitch. Look, they're playing tag. You're it.
You can do that when you're winning.
Which team's winning?
Not hard to tell, is it? 0-2 count on Guillen. Andrew Jones off second base. And he got him. Struck him out. Tag will be put on. That is 7 strikeouts in the ball game by Cone. No runs, a base hit. Base runner left on at second base. 7 complete.
For an Independence Day celebration with hometown feel and big city flair, come to the city of Fairfax. Festivities begin at 10 a.m. with a parade through the historic downtown. After the parade, head over to Fire Station 3 for Old-Fashioned Fireman's Day. Then top the day off bright with the fabulous evening show and fireworks display at Fairfax High School beginning at 7 p.m. Sponsors of the event are Bashir and Edgemore, BB&T, and WBIG Radio. For more information, call 385-7858.
You've seen the Nissan $100 Challenge. Now come by Brown's Nissan of Fairfax for the $1,000 Challenge. Brown's Fairfax Nissan has $1,000 that says you're going to like our cars and trucks better than Honda or Toyota. The Brown's Fairfax Nissan $1,000 Challenge. Just test drive any new 98 Nissan between now and July 6th. Then if you still buy from another Brown's Honda or Brown's Toyota, we'll pay you $300. Are you ready for the challenge? The $1,000 Challenge, only at Brown's Fairfax Nissan.
There's an advanced medical procedure going on here at this clinic. It's called microsurgical hair transplantation. This is an actual client who's had microsurgery. This is his own real growing hair. Under the direction of a medical doctor, microsurgical hair transplantation allows us to literally transplant your own hair to other balding or thinning areas.
For a free brochure, call the Hair Restoration Group at 1-800-994-9073.
Magazine's success starts with the writers.
There hasn't been much in the press about Jordan lately. Does he deserve a cover? I want the lowdown on Eddie Pope. Is he the most popular American in France since Jerry Lewis? And those X-Game kids, are they crazy or just nuts? Print it, baby!
David Cone with a chance to win his 10th against 2 losses as the Yankees have the 8-3 lead in this ball game. And he's gotten run support again. As you take a look at the Yankee in-game box score, Jeter, RBI with his base hit. O'Neal's had a home run, 2 for 4. RBIs, look at the bottom. Curtis, Brocious, Girardi, and Cone. Bottom 4 in that lineup. All have picked up RBIs in this game. And Cone, who, as we said, gets 7.5 runs a game on average, has 8 runs in this ball game. Our in-game box for the Yankees. There is Paul O'Neill, who's had the home run and a single in 4 at-bats. Kept that average up there, good enough to be in that number 7 or 8 spot when this day's done. Rudy Cianez will be coming out of the bullpen. The numbers for the 5th Atlanta pitcher in this game. Everybody's getting a shot at it here tonight. Right-hander, 29 years old, up and down, mostly in the minors in his career that goes all the way back to 1986.
Well, as a youngster, he had a great arm, Gary. He threw the ball right around 97, 98 miles an hour. Always injured, missed the entire 92 season. He's one of those guys that just threw nothing but gas. Always had problems with control. Went with the Dodgers. The Dodgers were really pushing him as one of the best young arms in all of baseball, but he just never could get healthy and has never subsequently found his stuff.
Swung on and missed. Homer Bush 0 for 3 in a sacrifice in this game. Leadoff batter Chuck Knobloch not playing at second base tonight, just getting the night off as he was struggling at the plate. Yankees out hitting the Braves 11-5 in this game. They've got the 8-3 lead and a chance to go up 2-1 in this 4-game set. There's Knobloch, the night off. Need those once in a while. 1-1 breaking ball to go around. Yes, he did. A 1-2 count on Bush. I took a look at the Yankees schedule today, and I was talking with Mel Stottlemyre about it before the game. They have had so many postponed games because of bad weather in New York that they've got a month of August where they're going to really appreciate the fact they jumped out to such a great start this season. Peter Pasquarelli counted up. 1-2 pitch. Swung on to right field. Will be hauled in by Michael Tucker, and Bush is retired. The Yankees are going to play 31 games in the month of August with 1 day off.
Well, you're going to find out just how good that pitching staff is, because everybody's going to be toast. They've got, I think, the best 6 starters in baseball. Mendoza actually pushed out to the bullpen when El Duque come here, and Mendoza was 4-1 with a 3.61 earned run average.
They've got 3 day-night doubleheaders.
That's day-night
doubleheaders. 3 of them are already on the schedule.
Now, how do that day-night deal? Is that when a team is sold out?
Yeah. Or they want the other gate. So you bring them in, play a day game, get everybody out, bring the new group in, whole new set of tickets. Jeter with a 1-0 count, 1 down. RBI single, 1 for 4 in the ball game. That one to the screen. Jeter batting at .318. Yankees were home during a very rainy period in New York and had almost an entire series wiped out. In fact, that's the reason why they've got to go with those day-night doubleheaders. They've got another Detroit game that hasn't even been rescheduled yet. It's going to go on the schedule. And they had the stadium beam collapsed, where they had to play 1 game. They lost 2 games of the series and had to play 1 game at Shea. 2-0 delivery on the way off the fist foul back. So the big start will really matter when they get to August. You don't want to be playing all those games when you're battling for a 1 or 2 game lead over somebody. And they hope it's not going to be that way by the time they get there. The Brain Trust. Some pretty good baseball minds right there. Don Zimmerway on the right. Chris Chambliss, Mel Stottlemyre, and Joe Torre second from the right. 2-1 delivery and a strike on the outside corner.
Well, that's over 100 years of big league mind, and about half of them right there with Zim.
Yeah, that's right. Coming up, second half of our doubleheader. Randy Johnson scheduled to make the start for Seattle against the San Diego Padres. Tony Gwynn's bat kicking again. Ashby will be on for San Diego. 2-2 delivery. Got him on the outside corner. He kept leaning out, and Jeter thought the last 2 pitchers weren't in the strike zone. 2 down.
Fastball outside part of the plate. Look how far Javi's out there. Mentioned how they use the catch. That ball's way outside. That ball's 4 or 5 inches outside. But you mentioned how the Braves use their catchers to set up and frame pitches. That ball, oftentimes these catchers, especially when Mr. Maddox pitches. Look at that. Look how far he is outside.
Pitcher's taken down low. And they do it at an angle. Instead of lining directly up with the pitcher, they set themselves at an angle to the pitcher to make a lot of pitches look like strikes when they really aren't. And umpires caught on to that and got angry at it. And the Atlanta pitchers feel as though they've lost some of those calls they were getting earlier because the umpires started hearing about what the catchers were doing when we started showing replays in televised games. So the umpires are more concerned now with not giving those pitchers that are probably outside. Bruce Fremming, a veteran umpire, not going to fool him for very long behind there. 2-0 count. And O'Neill takes the strike, 2-1.
Well, there's no question that, at least no question in my mind, that he has, Mr. Greg Maddux has the benefit of the strike zone more than anybody. But he can put it there more than anyone.
The umpires give Smoltz and Maddux the benefit of that stuff. Glavine, guys who are there, right?
But they can throw the ball there. They can put the ball somewhere near that mitt, and as long as you can put it somewhere near that mitt, umpires will get in the habit of calling strikes.
3-1 count on O'Neill. Glavine and Maddux, both 10-game winners. Ashby, the other 10-game winner in the National League, coming into today. 3-1 delivery. O'Neill to second base. Lockhart is not going to be able to make a play. An error. And that will put O'Neill on with 2 down. Let's check in with Reese Davis. Reese.
Gary, things also going well in interleague play for New York's other team. Mike Piazza had already knocked in a run with a single, and I think Mike knows this one will score in more spectacular fashion. His 4th home run is the Met. New York in control over Baltimore, 6-1 in the 8th.
Oh, Piazza, big night for New York. Mets in Baltimore. 2 in Baltimore. They split. Now 2 being played at Shea Stadium. And then the Mets and Yankees, of course, get together for their 3-game set. Sunday Night Baseball featured the 3rd in that series. The Mets and Yankees, 8 o'clock Sunday night. Leday up here. This will be the first at bat for Leday, who came on as a pinch runner for Strawberry and stayed in the game. Error charge to Lockhart. That's 3 errors committed by the Atlanta Braves in this game. They've not been sharp here tonight. 0-1 foul back. 0-2.
It's always a lazy day, Gary, when you come home from a road trip, you see your family again, and you just get tired. Here's a replay before. It looked like to me that if he'd gone after him and looked, he'd have had a chance maybe, but I don't know if he got hurt on that ball. He didn't act like at all that he had a mindset he was going to go get the ball and try to make a play.
Be a foul ball. Leday holds the count at 2 strikes.
But back to that thought, when you're on a road trip, and Gary, you travel as much as anybody, but when you get back home that night and you see your family, you don't get in at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and you come to the ballpark the next day, it's always a lazy feeling day, and the Braves are playing that way.
They shortened the batting practice in half here because of the hot weather today, and then they were, of course, have been short-handed with Weiss and Galarraga out of there. That one swung on, lofted towards center field by Leday, who's got a base hit. Andrew Jones will play it back in. So Leday's on, and the Yankees, via the error, keep the inning alive. Now have runners on at first and second with 2 down, and they've got 12 hits in this game. And the youngster, 24-year-old Leday, not adding any smiles to the face of Bobby Cox. This may be just one of those games.
Well, there's no doubt this Atlanta ball club got off to a great start, and I just read in a couple of publications around here where they're just struggling around 500 the last 2 or 3 weeks. But you're going to have that all year long. You're going to go through streaks where you luckily play 500 ball. You look at teams that go 3-10 and 3-11, but when you know that you have a great organization and people believe in you and your expectations are great, when you're 10-10 and people say that you're not playing well.
So the best record in the majors. Tito Martinez, that one's towards the gap. That may roll all the way to the wall. O'Neill scores. Leday will score. Martinez, a 2 RBI double. 10-3 Yankees. Martinez, second hit. He's had a double and a single. That by far, though, the best whack he's had at a baseball in this game.
Well, he really has an aggressive swing here down there where those left-handers love it. The very quick, explosive swing, drives the ball out there on the line, hit that ball hard, real hard. And that's the Tino Martinez that we've grown to know and love.
15 doubles on the year. Martinez now with 54 runs batted in. That's how good a start he had. The fact he may be struggling at the plate right now doesn't take away from he and Paul O'Neill battling for the RBI lead with the Yankees.
I remember he really did not like the idea of going to New York and replacing Don Mattingly. I remember reading that in the paper, and he said that he was really concerned about it, nervous about it. He just hoped the fans would give him a chance. He went out and hit 31 home runs and drove in 117 runs, and they didn't talk about Donnie baseball anymore.
Chad Curtis with a 2-0 count on him. Yanez gets the foul ball, 2-1. And all of a sudden the bullpen of Atlanta pops up again. This is when it starts to become an issue. Tomorrow's newspapers here in Atlanta, all the talk shows are going to be talking about the bullpen, because Cather came on in 2 1/3, charged with 3 runs, even though only 1 was earned on 4 hits. Rudy Sienez now here in this inning, an error, just kept the inning alive. The runs are unearned here too. I mean, it's really not the bullpen's fault entirely here. It's the errors. They didn't get a good start out of Kevin Millwood, who lasted only 3 1/3, 5 earned runs and 7 hits. But 3 Atlanta errors have really made a difference in this game. Anything scored here in this inning is going to be unearned. Already 2 in. Runner at second base with 2 down. 2-2 delivery is a call, strike 3. But the Yankees had a couple more runs, both unearned, an error and a couple of hits contributing to the inning. Then we come back to Turner Field. Those are the doo-ups. Lockhart, Jones, and Klesko.
Conchatturo. Taste says it all.
Select road. Validating tires. BF Goodrich. Approved.
What kind of road can you drive on with BF Goodrich tires?
Enjoy.
Any road you choose. BF Goodrich tires. Take control.
Stop.
What's the matter?
10321 has changed to 1010-321. So now when you want to save money, just dial 1010-321.
Can I save over AT&T on all calls?
Sure. 1010-321 still saves over AT&T on every call.
What about the 50%?
1010-321 still saves 50% on all calls over 20 minutes.
So I just dial 1010-321 before 1 in the number.
It's that easy.
Dial 1010-321. You'll see the savings on your phone bill.
Want to know the secret to the sweet tangy classic at Ben Benson's Steakhouse? A1 sweet and tangy in the marinade. A1, a marinade, a seasoning, a 136-year-old secret.